blind, I could not see, thoughtless, not free. Doctors on the scene with poisonous fists, they call it the vaccine. And if you ain't asleep, you know exactly what I mean. If my mama really knew, she would breach the roof. I just hope she knows the baby only seeks the truth. I learned not to trust the system of the institute, and I feel I need to get that knowledge into you. Mama raised a truth seeker, every day making way, exposing the deceivers, trying to wake up all the sleepers. Listen for a minute and I'll make you a believer. Mama raised a truth seeker, every day making way, exposing the deceivers, trying to wake up all the sleepers. Listen for a minute and I'll make you a believer. In school I was taught lessons, a young truther asking questions, while all these other motherfuckers guessing. Elementary just wasn't meant for me. Y'all keep your fake history, the shit is not a mystery. That it's all lies, and if all lies would open wide and see in 20/20 vision, be nowhere to hide. It's so clear as a clear blue sky that we never see anymore, just trails pass by. And remember the conspiracy theorist said it's a lie. They're spraying chemicals in the air, but you still deny. So how can I get you to see anything if you're blind? Like the moon landing's fake, NASA lies all the time, and government officials are just the elite puppets. I'ma probably get murdered for saying all the shit, fuck it. Tired of this world anyway, getting bleated by the day. Sheep will keep sleeping, truth seeker, I'm away. Mama raised a truth seeker, every day making way, exposing the deceivers, trying to wake up all the sleepers. Listen for a minute and I'll make you a believer. Mama raised a truth seeker, every day making way, exposing the deceivers, trying to wake up all the sleepers. Listen for a minute and I'll make you a believer. I was cutting classes, fucking blasting, straight mapping, looking at the globe laughing. Yo, we see way too far. I was cutting classes, fucking blasting, straight mapping, looking at the globe laughing. Yo, all of NASA's pictures of Earth are fake. They're all fake. Yeah, I was cutting classes, fucking blasting, straight mapping, looking at the globe laughing. We can't get to the moon today, never mind 60 years ago. Every day making way, exposing the deceivers, trying to wake up all the sleepers. Listen for a minute and I'll make you a believer. Mama raised a truth seeker, every day making way, exposing the deceivers, trying to wake up all the sleepers.
I'm on the next level, yeah, I know you heard about it.
Motherfucker.
You know I'm bout it, and don't you ever doubt it. I'm incomparable, that's why they staring though. Turn up the stereo, check it out, check it out, check it out. I'm hot just like a sauna, New York to California. Too hot, too hot. See nothing like this, nobody do it like this. I'm on the next level, next level, on the next level. They all trying to catch up to my next level, next level, on the next level. Check it out, check it out, check it out. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. La 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 la.
Motherfucker.
You like that old school, back in the music, that shit is old news. I'm popping through the ceiling, that's my motto, that's my motto. I lead, they follow. I'm hot just like a sauna, New York to California. Too hot, too hot. See nothing like this, nobody do it like this.
Motherfucker.
I'm on the next level, next level, on the next level. They all trying to catch up to my next level, next level, on the next level. Check it out, check it out, check it out.
What is up, everyone? Let me get this comment off the screen. I bring in my brother from another mother, Shapu, and my other brother from another mother, CFM. CFM, you're muted. Make sure you know before you start talking. There you go.
Hey, Jen. Hi, Shapu.
All right, guys. I'm so excited to be here tonight. Life has been a living hell lately, but what are you going to do, right? You just got to keep praying. And we have a lot of controversial topics that I want to cover tonight, but need to be talked about and have pretty much been swept under the rug over the last few years because people are afraid to speak out about this because it is a protected class, if you will, that we seem to be, tackling this subject about. My question is, who are they protected by? Because aren't we all protected?
We're not talking about mine, are you? different people are talking about. Okay.
The protected classes, people that you can't say anything to or about because they feel unsafe and not secure and oh my gosh. But there's a lot of just controversial things besides Meltology that I have not been able to tackle over the last couple of years because I would get shut down over it. And it really disappointed me because where I got to in my research was that it was all trickling down to the main target, which was the children. That was always the target. They want a generation that they can raise up in this cultural mindset of confusion. And so, this is why you see things like drag queen reading hour at the library, or bringing in different people from outside sources into the public school system for certain classes like health and, sex ed or whatever it's called, where they teach kids about the birds and the bees. And they're bringing in people to grade school kids to teach them things about, like, I don't even want to say it on air, sexual stuff that they don't need to know about at that young of an age, on like how to pleasure themselves and what they could use to do that. I mean, are you kidding me? This was going on in California a few years back. There was a big article about it. People were protesting left and right about these outside sources they were bringing into schools to teach their kids about the stuff that they had no idea their kids were being exposed to. Again, if you give these people an inch, they will take a mile. And it's always, in my opinion, always been about the children. It started with us when we were little, and every other generation before us, they taught us all these lies, all of this confusion. This whole time we've all thought, and I'm sorry if I'm not letting anybody speak right now. I just got to get this out real quick.
No, I'm listening.
This whole time, we've been conditioned at a very young age to see the world the way they want us to see it. I thought I was on a ball till I was 45. I believed in space. I wanted to go out in space and explore other worlds, okay? So I was 45 years old, and then I realized, fuck, they lied to me. And I just always imagined, I think to myself, how different this world would be if we knew the truth from day one. It would be completely different. First off, we wouldn't have space and all these space movies, or maybe we would have space movies, but we would know that they were fiction, like when you read a fiction novel. But I think everything would be different across the board if they didn't lie about that, because that's the biggest lie. And every other lie comes down below that. And what they're trying to do is, hide God's creation, confuse the masses, blend the male and female. I mean, basically they're creating hell on earth, Lucifer's world, no lives matter, and it's his way or no way. This is why I feel like we are definitely at the end of the short season of Satan, because the kids are being targeted even more, because they were the original target to begin with. And they want this Lucifer generation in I think in the last days or last, say, years of the short season of Satan, because this will be his little army behind him. Us people who believe in the natural order of things and follow God's laws and rules are the enemy to them. And they are amassing some type of cultural mindset of an army of people, a generation growing up where they don't know life without the internet. They only know, they have very short term, what is that called? ADHD or something, where you can't focus on any one thing for too long. Because this is why the trends change so quickly. We have all these events that get thrown at us at rapid fire. It's like, oh, this big event just happened. I'm not going to say any names, but like bang bang events and stuff. 2 weeks later, it's something else over here. Next thing, it's over here and over here, and it's like, it's just all becoming one big pile. You know what I mean? So people can't even like decipher or remember things that happened a few years back because they're so hyper focused on what's going on now and the next big thing that's coming down. Same with our computers. We get updates like crazy. These nuances have to constantly be thrown at us because as soon as you get used to one thing, it changes, it switches. And this is harmful to the children. They're not able to focus. They're hyper focused on themselves and whatever trendy stuff is out there. This last generation, say my son's generation, my kids don't have kids. I'm very grateful that they don't have kids right now in this generation. But my son, who's 33 years old, and my youngest, my son Ryan, who's 28, if they had kids, my boys know the truth. But most of his friends in that generation have been growing up with this transition happening, this tolerance happening, this all-inclusiveness happening. And it's ramping up exponentially. It started with the bathrooms, the family rooms. I was very vocal about the family rooms. Uh-oh. Hello?
Yeah.
I hear you.
The screen just went blank.
Oh, we can hear you. You're still on a good.
My whole screen went black. That's never happened before. All right, so the bathrooms. Okay, they started with the family rooms. Then it's the transgender bathrooms for the schools, right? But in like, say, if you go into a mall or you go into a gas station or whatever, it's got to be a family room now. All this time, men's room and women's room worked. There was no problem with it. But now, at the very end of the short season of Satan, we got to wipe all that out. There are no men and women anymore. It's a blending. You, your dog, your cat, your brother, your sister, your father can all go in that bathroom and use that one toilet and that one sink or whatever, and you're going to be happy. Well, that's going to spread more disease, more bacteria, because really it's bacterial infections that we're dealing with, guys. There's this virus thing, and dis-ease really doesn't exist. It's all, crap that we take into our body, and that's a whole nother live stream. But it's bringing together people in an area that should not be together in an area like that in a public space when you're trying to do private business. It could get messy. I don't want to certainly go into a family room, and I said this to the people at the mall. I said, I don't want to go in this bathroom. This guy was just in there. He did all his business in there. I mean, I walk in, I can smell what business he did, all in that toilet, whatever, and now I got to go use it. I mean, it wasn't that great in just the ladies' room, but at least I knew it was just ladies in there, and I could deal with it a little bit easier. But, and you know what their excuse was? Well, isn't your bathroom at home? Everybody uses it. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Well, I know my husband's ass. I don't know that jagwagon's ass. Or what his health upkeep is and how clean he is or whatever. But it's a serious topic that people are afraid to talk about because everybody's all like heaping on to us, well, you can't say that. You got to be all inclusive. That's harmful to them if you talk like that or bring this up. So one group of people are allowed to have everything that they want and, nitpick about every little thing. But us over here who've been here this whole time, living normal and everything, have no say in the matter. And if we do, we're making them feel uncomfortable and unsafe and all this craziness. You heard the video that I played last week with that senator or somebody it was interviewing that lady at that hearing of some sort, talking about transgenders. So, I mean, these people are off their rockers, okay? I don't have nothing against people, but when in their preferences, but when you have a push in society, in the entertainment and the news industry that feeds us our cultural mindset that we read in the magazines, newspapers, online, TV, whatever, wherever you get your sources from, they're behind it, creating this cultural mindset. They're cultivating a perception that they want you to have, not even just you, us, our generation, but the younger ones who are seeing all this stuff. And I'm not going to get into, different scenarios that I've experienced with my family members, but, there are a lot of young people out there where if you talk to them, they don't know anything else but all this inclusiveness. They don't understand, well, what do you mean like they're really like brainwashed into it, and that's all they see. They don't see how things were before and how the normalcy of it, this is normal to them. and it's scary, and it's not something that God even tolerates. I have 9 Bible verses about children, and we're going to get into that. But I want to know your guys' thoughts. Like, have you experienced this stuff? What do you think? How do you feel about this targeting the children, or can you see that that's where it's leading to?
Yeah, exactly. All that we see today that's push on us, it's not really for us, it's for
Right.
the next generation. So they used to this stuff, so it's easier for them to control them and make them do everything they want because they're used to, not us, because
Yeah.
we're still like add some kind of liberties. If I call them liberties, you can call them like anything you want, but you know
Well, the
we
whole of the law, what Lucifer's law is, do without wilt, is the whole of the law, is that's the way it goes, I think. And that's what they want, I feel like. But CFM, what do you got to say about this?
Well, no, 100% what you're saying. It's not about us anymore. It never probably was. I don't know, but it's about our children or even our grandchildren, and they're normalizing this to a point where 10, 20, 30 years, and things change instantly now on the internet. That's where everyone gets most of their information. So you can literally delete the things you don't want and put through the things that you want. I mean, they're doing it now, but it's going to get even more in the future. And I'm finding that talking to people, because we do have the way of getting a voice across the water. We're talking to France, right, Shapu? So we talk to people all over the United States and over different countries and so forth. And the thing is it's happening. Like, for instance, there's a town near us. What they did is someone, and it's always someone maybe you don't know or moved here or whatever, and they go and they say, hey, Pride Month is coming up. You should have pride flags throughout your city. And then the council votes on it, and of course they push it through. They don't tell anyone. They'll announce it maybe the day before and have it on a work day, so no one can really go there, during the day.
Yeah.
And of course they'll push it through, even if there was people there to complain, which in that one town there was. It didn't matter, because the elected officials they want to stay woke, and they don't want to lose their position and all their money. Because look at a lot of the auditors I talked to. You should.
Oh, yeah.
I don't, but you can check into your local hometowns and see what they're making, and the city councils and the chief of police and the fire department. They're making crazy amounts of money on some of these places for the jobs that they're doing. Okay, and in addition to that, they're not going to want to lose that, so they just roll through. But what I'm finding interesting is, so where do you draw the line? So now you're going to have, and then of course what does that do? That makes everyone in the town fight with each other rather than looking at the real problems going on. The fact that the U.S. government keeps handing out money everywhere, money we don't have. We just said we're almost going to, once again, it seems like every 6 months or every few years, we're going to hit the debt ceiling. And so in the first time in history. And so here we go again. And so what do they say? We're going to stop spending, and then we're going to give $300 million to Ukraine. Like, none of it makes sense. But rather than worry about that, it's kind of like when buildings fall and people forget that they just found out the Pentagon had lost, trillions of dollars, and all the information was in one of those buildings. Anyways, it's the same kind of thing. We fight amongst each other about bathrooms and flags and drag hours and all that stuff. And it was inorganic. It was introduced in every small town or whatever. Nobody was fighting over these things. There were people in my town that were already dressing in drag. Nobody cared. Nobody said anything. That's their thing if they want to do it. But
you see, when they want to push something through, they push it through. No, when they want to push an agenda through, I mean, it gets pushed. When we need things done, or we try to protest, or I don't protest for it because I know that doesn't even work. But when you try to get other stuff done, stuff that actually helps the society in general and people, it's all this red tape. But when they want to push something through, oh, guess what? A couple of weeks before we were told we were on lockdown, they already had the signs out, the stickers on the floor, the stuff up and everything. It's because they want it. This is their game, and they're the ones who are pushing it through, and they'll just go like that. And all of a sudden it's everywhere. And that's what we're seeing with this agenda.
Yeah, and ever since the here, I'll show you real quick. You can clear a tab. Because where is it? Clickety click. I think it's this one.
Okay, here we
For
go.
those of us
Hold
playing
on.
along,
There you go.
this is the patent on the Tell-Eyes vision.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And I mean, you see what it right there. It tells you there's something
Yes.
coming out of here going into there. I mean, it straight up tells you.
Now, see, it's what we have to understand about this. It's not just some signal wave; it's the actual propaganda that they're pumping through this. And then you have all of the subliminals that are going in there as well that you can't even see. Many people have done videos on these subliminal messages that they catch in a split second on these screens and stuff that are getting embedded into our children's brains, not just, ours, but the children are glued to these screens. You don't see children outside playing anymore. It's rare for me to see kids out front, but they all have one of these, and they're all into all this stuff. They don't know life without it. So it's very
Right.
easy to cultivate that mindset in the children.
Yeah. And so with that programming, then you get the article like the one that just came out that the WHO's now saying there's going to be something even worse, more deadlier than the last one. So everyone's sitting at home going, oh, okay. They're eating their popcorn, waiting for Q to do something. Meanwhile, the Tell-Eyes Vision is going to say, okay, we're in it. Everyone mask up again. And they're just going to jump right in like nothing happened. I think a lot of people really want to have them back, and they're really actually angry at us that we're not wearing them.
Yeah, I've been seeing them again lately here and there. I didn't play that game the first time, and I certainly ain't going to play it this time if it comes back around.
But we started talking about it because there was some article that said, what was it? That people are now nostalgic for the pandemic lockdown days, which is a complete bullshit article. But my wife and I were talking about it. It's like we were thinking how ridiculous people just allowed them to just say and do whatever. I mean, each thing got crazier and crazier.
Yes.
I was trying to do a comedy show. All I had to do was read the news. That's all I still do. Because they actually had it with the grocery stores. You can only walk one way. Are you kidding me? And people were following along with it. My wife almost got in trouble twice in a grocery store because why? She walked and realized there was like a can of beans she forgot. She turned back and she reached around this lady to grab it. And the lady looked at her like, you've just killed me. It's like
It's crazy.
People lost their minds during that,
Yeah, and that just shows you how easily malleable the human psyche is. And I have a little visitor here. Hey, Lilu.
Yeah, I remember I got into fight at people at the front of the stores. Oh, nice. So
She's
cute.
adorable.
Little kitty, Lilu.
Look at her nice colors.
Yeah, she's got a white belly, all these patches on her tail, and I'm her mama.
I love the colors. Those
Yeah.
cats are great.
She's 6.5 weeks old. I know that's early, but they were getting rid of them, and we saw the sign. And it's really helping me with Lola. I mean, don't ever think that I'm going to just, this is not a replacement kitty, but it's helping me with my grieving because it was so sudden. And I've been through so much that I couldn't handle it. Like mentally, still can't believe she's gone. But this little girl here, Lilu, I named her Lilu in honor of Lola. Yesterday, she climbed straight up the cat tree to the top tier where Lola used to lay and laid right down. It's like, and Lola's hair is all still up there as well. So I don't know. She does a lot of little things that Lola did. I feel like Lola's spirit might have went inside her.
That's cool.
But yeah, she's great. And thank God for every day for her. I only had her a few days, but yeah, she's going to the doctor soon. But let's get back on track because, like I said, it's always been about the children, always been about the kids. They introduced After School Satan about 5 years ago. They were pushing it through, and many of the states, I think Pennsylvania was one of the recent ones that. Thank you, Faye. Pennsylvania is one of the recent ones that have adopted the After School Satan, and we're going to get into that. All this religious controversy, all this all inclusiveness, and all this stuff. Like 1 minute it's a religion and it has to be accepted into your school. And over here on the public school side, you're like, oh, well, it's not a religion it's just about expressing yourself and freedom of art and whatever, alchemy and stuff. You know what I mean? So they're getting it into the public schools. They're getting it into the Catholic schools or whatever, the private schools. And this was the plan the whole time, I think. I think this was
Yeah.
on the table the whole time. We never saw it coming. We didn't think that they were going to go after the kids like this. I mean, even what we went through in the last 2 years and making the kids wear that all day long and forcing it on them. I remember seeing videos of little girls crying. They didn't want to wear it. You know, it's like they can't breathe. They're telling their moms they can't breathe. I don't want to wear this. You know what I mean? And it wasn't even the fact that, you know, kids are running around with it under their nose or pulling it down. Clearly it's not doing anything. It's the fact that they have to be forced to do it is a trauma-based mind control system that they're heaping onto the children. So that gets normalized for them as well. They get used to the abuse. They expect it and they'll fall in line and go along with it. That is abuse what happened those 2 years to those kids. And shame on all those mothers out there and fathers out there that went along with it. Shame on all those mothers and fathers out there who took their kids to drag queen story time hour at libraries and exposed their children to that stuff. Okay, normalizing that as it's a fetish. Okay, kids shouldn't be anywhere near that. And then they bring the whole thing down to 3-year-olds and 5-year-olds and 10-year-olds saying they want to be boys or girls and not the sex that they are, as if they can make these decisions at these early ages. Okay, they're bringing the bar down for the ages. Okay, earlier, before it was, you know, young teens were coming out saying they wanted to change their gender, you know, young adults and stuff. Now suddenly, if a 3-year-old says, "Mommy, I want to be a girl," and it's a boy who's talking, that mother's mindset, because it's this generation, will be like, "Oh, okay, Johnny, you want to be a girl? We'll call you Jane now. We're going to call the doctor. We're going to set up an appointment. We're going to take you to the psychiatrist, get you all evaluated. They're going to say you're 3 years old, 10 years old. Give me a fucking break." Okay. They cannot make those kind of life-changing decisions. It's absurd. But the agenda here is, let me finish my thought and then I'll let you guys chime in.
No, okay.
The agenda, because I could see through it now. I know exactly what they're going for. If a child can make a life-changing decision like that at such a young age, under the age of 10 even, then they can make the life-changing important decision to have sex. And, you know, pedophilia is where this whole thing was going to begin with. They even say in one of the articles that we're going to look at that, you know, they're just young adults. They're little adults. They want you to look at these children, your children, as little adults who can make these choices. And believe me, pedophiles like willing children. So this is why they're hypersexualizing the children. All this craziness is going on with the genders and stuff, and the clothing lines, all this stuff, you know, Celine Dion and everything. But I'm just going crazy. You guys.
Well, can I add something to that, Jen?
Yes.
About how the agenda push, as we're calling it, or whatever we want to call it, it's the unnatural thing. It's a subtle process. Like, it didn't just start overnight. When you start looking at a lot of these shows that were really popular, they had like baking shows and The Apprentice, things like that, and they suddenly started making them with children in them to try to normalize that, like the blur the lines of adult versus child experiences. And so going along with that, and they're getting on our heartstrings, because when you love children, because you're a parent and you love to see them prosper and the joy that they can bring to life, you get drawn into those. I mean, I'm not saying me, but obviously there was enough audience to go to those shows because, oh, it's a cute little kid. But the deception in the back end, the kind of the darkness is, it's more trying to just normalize the rest of this as we move forward to blurring the lines of where's consent. Because the fact that they can go into schools and allow children that are between, say, 13 and 15 to take puberty blockers that no one to this day still for another 30, 40 years will ever know how it could affect someone. They allow them to take them without parental consent in some places. And yet, in order to smoke, drink, vote, go, any of these things, you got to be at least 18. That's the thing. It doesn't make sense, even by the old laws that they used to give us that we were brought up and grown up in.
The only thing that makes sense is that we are at the very end of the short season of Satan. That is why this is. Look at this, what I have on screen right now, okay? Yeah. They could have picked anything to have for a children's event, right? But they picked Drag Queen Story Hour. Drag Queen. And look at this thing. Look at this creature. It looks like Baphomet.
Yeah.
They hijacked the rainbow. I mean, this thing's got horns coming out of his head. If I was a child in there, I would run out of the room screaming.
Yeah,
I mean,
they just want
so
to create trauma. Yeah.
exactly. But what they're doing is normalizing it for the children, because this is a good way to expose them to it by making it so innocent. So they're
There was
dressed up.
no parent asking for this. No one was asking for this as a parent. No one said, could you bring a scary drag monster to my school? It gets introduced through other means, and then you're a hater if you don't accept it. You're not accepting.
It says right here, it says some parents have raised concerns. Some parents, not all the parents, some parents have raised some concerns about the over-sexualized nature of the drag queens and the transgender agenda being pushed on young minds. Well, yeah, they should have something to say about it, because that's exactly what's happened. It's being pushed. This is a push for this. And I think, what they want is this younger generation to be completely confused. And this is what it's all about. It's not about reading to kids and even normalizing it. It's about confusing the kids. And so they are all inclusive with everything. They don't know anything different. And let me take a look over here at this real quick. Let me close this ad. We're going to look at what the Bible says about the children. And this is a title. Where's the title at here? I don't even have the title up. Okay, whatever. Let me scroll down here. It says, but whoever causes one of these little ones, this is Matthew 18:6. I'm sorry. But whoever causes one of these little ones who believes in me to stumble, it would be better for him to have a heavy milestone hung around his neck and to be drowned in the depths of the sea. And that's a quote from Jesus, by the way. Ephesians has to say, as a result, we no longer, oh my God, I don't know why that thing just popped up. As a result, we are no longer to be children, tossed here and there by waves and carried about by every wind of doctrine, by the trickery of men, by the, where did the hell did my thing just go? Where was I just reading? Okay, by the trickery of men, by craftiness in deceitful scheming, guys. This is exactly what they're talking about here in Ephesians, what I just said to you. The trickery of men, the craftiness in deceitfulness scheming. It's disgusting. Okay, Mark 9:42. Whoever causes one of these little ones who believes to stumble, it would be, okay, I read that one already. It's the same. Okay. There's another one here. For those who guide this people are leading them astray, and those who are guided by them are brought to confusion. Boom, baby. John 5:21. Little children, guard yourselves from idols. Okay, Jeremiah says, and saith the Lord of hosts, the son of Israel are oppressed, and the sons of Judah as well, and all who took them captive and held them fast, they have refused to let them go. Okay, that probably has to do with something else. But this one says, let no one deceive you with empty words, because of these things, the wrath of God comes upon the sons of disobedience. So, yeah, I think God has reserved a special place in hell for these people who are pushing these agendas and confusing the mindsets of the innocents. I called my lover, but they deceived me. My priests and my elders perished in the city while they sought food and restored the strength. Okay, I don't know what that has to do with it, but anyway, there are these Bible verses that I wanted to share with you guys about, it's quite a sin and quite a punishment that you're going to receive if you're deceiving the children. And the parents are going to get that as well, because the parents don't know enough or care enough, or they're just stuck in the cultural mindset and the trendiness of everything, that they're more than willing to instead of guiding their child and raising them correctly, to let them make little adult decisions.
Yeah.
I mean, you see the kids running the houses these days. They tell the parents what to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so here I have a 10-year-old girl becomes youngest trans model to walk New York Fashion Week. I mean, okay, are you kidding me? Okay, Nola.
Hey,
Yeah.
who decided that this young girl is trans? Oh my goodness.
Exactly. And they think it's great. How did they even come up with this idea? It has to be, they have to be exposed to something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is not normal.
That's what I'm saying. The childhood is being destroyed because a 10-year-old girl doesn't know anything about this. And we discussed this when I was in school, and you saw two girls that were really, really good friends, and maybe they held hands when they walked. That was like, wow, what a great friendship they have. You never thought that there was anything sexual going on. And if you do watch any programming, TV, movies, whatever, they're pushing that in everything. Two men or two women can no longer have a relationship without having some sexual tension. It's ridiculous and it's absurd. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're right. And this is a little boy who trains to be a girl. It says, we are so proud of Noella for being the first trans child in New York Fashion Week. We are in awe of her confidence and determination. Noella, or however you say this, already
Didn't they do this to another little child and they made him a drag queen or something and
Desmond
paraded him
is
on talk
amazing.
shows?
Yeah, Desmond is amazing. That poor little boy.
How many hours of therapy that poor child is going to be in?
Yeah, it's insane. It really is. But this is what they're doing to the children, and they're stifling people by even talking up about it because, you know, everybody has to be all inclusive. And if you're not, well, shame on you. You're making this protected class over here feel, you know, unsafe and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So shame on us if we don't speak up about it too. I mean, it's one thing to recognize it and to see it, but to be scared to say anything, if you're scared to speak up against tyranny, and this is tyranny, because they're heaping it on us and they're telling us we have to go along with it or you're the one who's wrong. Okay? So if you're afraid to speak up about tyranny, you're already a slave. So there's that.
Well, and I have this meme that I've used many times, and it's the cutest little girl's face looking up at someone's hand saying, you know, I don't remember what it says. It's just like, you know, when people ask, you know, why didn't you do anything? Something like that. It's like, I don't ever want to see that face of a kid going, why didn't you do anything if you knew this was happening?
Yeah.
Yep.
Because by the time that they come around, it's too late. It's happened. And whether we can stop it or not, we don't know. Most likely no, because there's an agenda, also God's plan. But what we can do is teach them what's happening and the existence of God. Because all of these lies, like you said, Jen, they all lead to one, the deception that God exists. And even on all the truth channels and everything, they're all, if you're not discussing it, well, then you're leaving out a huge piece. Because the rest of the clues all lead to that, to where we live somewhere they lied to us. And if you don't figure it out, you're going to get deceived. And there's no coming back. You can think that you're a rebirth as a butterfly or a frog or whatever. Good luck with that, because I don't believe that's going to happen. And if I'm wrong, okay, I'll come back as a frog or whatever. But if I'm not wrong, then there ain't no coming back. And you're going to make choices, wheats and tares, Gryffindor and Slytherin, God or Satan. There's no other middle ground that they say.
And now that they are so confused and traumatized, they cannot choose anything. So people just tell them what they are, and they just accept it. And
then they take people that discuss this and they call them Christians, and then they say, oh, well, look at the crazy Christians. They're not accepting of people.
Yeah.
So they completely twist it when we're just saying, hey, you're 10 years old. You're confused. That doesn't mean you're in the wrong body. A lot of people throughout life have been confused pretty much from 10 until, most of it from 10 to 15, but some people all the way up to 30, okay? Yeah. And the fact that they just now say, well, maybe you should take some blockers and mess with your body's makeup with chemicals we know nothing about, and maybe you'll make a choice in a few years, and hopefully nothing gets screwed up, or you don't get cancer, you don't lose the chance of having children or any of that, because they don't know, and they tell you they don't know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then we go on these channels and we talk about all this stuff that's in these juices that they want to stick in you. Meanwhile, tons of the truth community, whatever you want to call it, they're into now these pods. Like we talked about the pods that they put in and you can like have assisted suicide, which seemed like a fantasy, but they really have them. And now they have pods that supposedly heal you. And so you go in and God knows what gets on you or into you and you're healed. Good luck with that. No, thank you. No bueno. I'm going to go in their pod now after they poisoned us with all this other crap. And people fall for this stuff. I don't get it, Jen. Sorry.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This article here says, my girl became the youngest trans toddler at just 3 years old of
come
age.
on.
Oh my god.
They
Yeah.
don't even hardly speak. She doesn't know anything about it.
So
The articles must be fake, or that child needs to be finding a new home. That's insane.
from
That
the
would have
age,
been child abuse just a few years back, Jen.
I know. This is 2019, but I remember covering this when it was out. Janine Schofield's only child made this the same Christmas and birthday wish. This is the Christmas and birthday wish of a 3-year-old. It says, I want to be a girl. Okay.
Well, if she wanted to be Supergirl, would they have thrown her out a window? See if she could fly?
If she said she wanted to be a
how far are
cat,
they
did they
taking this?
get her a litter box?
Yeah. I mean, girls dress up as fairies and all kinds of stuff. Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know if you ever saw, like, if there was a video years ago, a guy just asked his 3-year-old, what are you, like, TV? And he said, yes. Are you like a couch? And the young children said, yes. Are you this chair? He said, yes. So he asked them, are you a boy? He said, yes. Are you a girl? He said, yes. He doesn't know.
That's
just-
terrible. That's shameful.
It's just crazy.
Okay, so moving on from this, let's go to After School Satan. I covered this a long time ago. They've been moving it through the different states and stuff. People have been picking it up and running with it and stuff. It says After School Satan Club is an after-school program that promotes self-directed education by supporting the intellectual and creative interests of students. Well, it sounds harmless. Oh, okay. So let me see here. There was something I wanted to read down here about it. Okay, it says After School Satan clubs focus on free inquiry and rationalism, the scientific, of course, basis for which we know what we know about the world around us. We prefer to give children an appreciation of the natural wonders surrounding them, not a fear of everlasting otherworldly horrors. Educating with Satan is an after-school program promoting self-directed education by supporting the intellectual and creative interests of students. Again, they tried to make it sound all harmless and stuff like that. But yeah, so they don't not only want your parents to, suck Satan's cock, they want the kids to do it too. Because we have to be all inclusive.
It's just crazy.
It is. It really is. It's shameful. It's disgusting. But yet here we are. Here we are. So
talk about NASA and there's.
I'm going to stop screen share for a minute. So yeah, I really. Hey, what's up? Jeremy's in the chat. I want to know more. Hey there, Jeremy. Welcome. I'm glad you made it tonight. So yeah, it's been very. It's a touchy subject, only because the people have been so brainwashed, and they're so liberal in their thoughts because apparently. That's the way things are going. The traditional way of doing anything, including heterosexual men and women, are definitely going to be a thing of the past. I feel that's what they're pushing for, that they want us to be the oddity. You know what I mean? Where it used to be the other way around. They're pushing that as to be the norm.
Yeah.
And I, for one, I'm not down with the underground. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. They've been trying. Some people have been trying to tell us, from a long time ago, that they want to get to the children, but people didn't listen, or no, it's not that they didn't listen. There's always a time for everything, and maybe the time was not right, but now it is. I have this clip from 1958 from Aldous Huxley, the one who wrote 1984, I think.
Right.
And this clip it's 157-second long, and it's called like the TV will ruin your children. If I can play it.
Absolutely, yeah.
And real quick, I want to tell my Rockfoot audience, well, they're not there yet. I apologize. I didn't get it up, so the stream, so it's going up now, partway through. Anyways.
Yeah, we didn't say hi to the chat yet. But...
Yep. I got Melanie here. I got RT in the house. Lee Earl, that's a new name. I don't recognize it. Dag Nabsit Flat, that's a new name.
Dag Nabsit.
Pants On's in the house. What's up? Got
when I heard the cow is here, moo. Nice to see you there.
Joe D. Chrissa M. What's up? But Big Bear's here. Trisha
Right.
here. What's up, Trisha? A dog named Boo is here. What's up, Boo? Missy Bear, that's a new one. I don't recognize that name. Welcome. I have gone up a lot in the last month with subscribers. I have a lot of new ones. So welcome, everybody. I appreciate y'all chatting in the chat. Jazan Valencia. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. Welcome.
And I appreciate anybody that normally tunes in on Friday on my show coming over here, because especially with this the weather we've been having, I've been doing so much work outside. I have very little time to be able to do. So this is working for me, and I can still have screen time with y'all. So thanks for coming over here.
Nice.
Yes, thank you, everybody, for coming over. And I know that's probably why my subscribers are going up too. So thank you very much, everybody who's subscribed, and make sure your notification bell is on, because a lot of people have been telling me they're not getting notified.
So look who we got. We got Brett Morgan, Chrissa M, Awakened Sleeper, Patty G, Moo, Western Warrior, Rethink Inc. 2. He always has a new one. It's and then we've got Jack Has Been Stalked. ABC is here. Hi, Angela. Jason Valencia. And Jason. Oh, she already hit some of those. And Red Storm. How's it going, Mike? I believe Red Storm is one of our Australian friends. So I usually try to do the show upside down. Jim Malone says TGIF.
Yes.
So I haven't looked at the chat in a while, and since I finished that thing I was trying to do for y'all, so I'll be able to play it. A dog named Boo. Good to see you. Pants on the ground. Get those pants up, sir. Joe D's here. Hi, Joe. Missy Bear. Jenny Murphy. Tartarian Investigator. You can never type that if you're on a phone. Forget it.
No.
Lee Earl, like it, and I want to know more. You already said hi. Okay, so I think I hit everybody. Anybody that we missed or Jen missed that I covered again. Who we got? Ania, nice to see you. And okay, all right. And Jen's back.
I'm
Thanks.
right
I haven't
here.
done a chat reading. Oh, Jen's gone again.
Oh, there she is.
All right, so I'll play this clip by 50 Cent.
Okay, so I got to tell you guys this real quick. I'm looking for the kitten again, because I just had the kitten. I just had Lilu, and I showed you guys, and we were. Yeah. I'm her mama now. She's right under the desk here, laying here with me, and I didn't even know she was right there. I thought she took off.
Yeah, she just wanted to be
crazy.
Close. That's nice.
That's it.
All right, you ready, Shapu?
No, let me talk first before he goes.
Yes, all right.
I'm going to listen. I'm getting water, though.
All right. So just tell me if you hear it.
Suppose that that for one reason or another, all the propaganda was in the hands of one or very few agencies. You would have an extraordinarily powerful force playing on these children, who after all are going to grow up and be adults quite soon. I do think that this is not an immediate threat, but it remains a possible threat. And
you said something to the effect in your essay that the children of Europe used to be called cannon fodder, and here in the United States they are television and radio fodder.
Well, after all, you can read in the trade journals the most political accounts of how necessary it is to get hold of the children, because then they will be loyal brand buyers later on. Mm-hmm. But again, you just translate this into political terms. The dictator says they will be loyal ideology buyers when they're grown up.
Yeah, exactly. He said it like in his books and everything, So
that was really good. And, people have been trying to warn us for a long time now.
Yeah.
But I guess people weren't listening, and nobody figured they would go after the kids the way they are. But it's just hardcore. I can't not say anything about it at this point. You know what I mean? I'm taking huge risks talking about it, but it's got to be done.
They just do it like, how can I say it? Like bit by bit, like smoothly, like when you're boiling a frog in the water, So it seems harmless at first, but we get used to the small harmful thing. They just put something else on top, and again something else and something else, and at one
you
point,
give them an inch, they take a mile every time.
Yeah.
So who wants to present next? Because that was what I had for my tabs.
Okay.
CFM had too.
So I didn't have much tonight, but the song that you played, with the Ball's Pyramid, at the beginning. I don't know if you know what the lyrics are. It's the song is called like "The Mountain Has Overturned."
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah, it's talking about like a legend of things, but it's about mountains.
Very interesting. I did not know that. It sounds like something you would hear in like Spartacus, that music.
Yeah.
It's
Bulgarian song.
Oh. All righty. Yeah, we covered Ball's Pyramid a while ago, and it's up on the channel here. If you go through my live streams or premieres and stuff, you could definitely see the interior spaces of whatever that thing was. Of course, they blame it on some kind of ancient volcano.
Yeah. Again.
All right. We got 92 people here, guys. 92 people. I can't believe it. Welcome, everybody. Yeah, that's pretty good.
I think people are getting to get the flow. So it's fun. I like it.
Oh, yeah. I sent this video, Jen, once to you, but I don't know where it's from. I just found the video, but I'll just show it. Just the size of the... Oh, where is it? Okay, I'll have to do this. All right.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I'm sharing the wrong...
I feel like I'm going in some kind of weird...
No, I'm sharing the wrong... Well, where the stop share?
I'm going through a portal, everyone. Hold on.
That was crazy.
There's so many choices now. It's just...
Yeah. They updated everything. It's just more confusion.
Oh, I know. I can't work these things. I used to put a little on my my channel. I do a post to tell people I was going to be here on certain Fridays, and nobody would get the notification. So I'd do a little live. And so I tried to do a little live to let people know, and I was outside, and it got all spotty, and it didn't work. So I deleted it, and then I went inside. I literally went into a closet. It was kind of funny because they even said I came out of the closet to record it. And I don't know how to turn those. Do you know how to shut those off? Like every time I try to do a live stream on my phone, I can never find the button to turn it off.
Yeah, it's weird doing it on the phone. It's all different now from when I used to live stream on the phone. It's changed.
Yeah. Oh, well, problems of YouTubers.
Yeah.
Did you find it yet, Shapu?
Yeah.
Oh, you did.
All right. Here, I'm going to put it on big screen. There you go.
No need to have a sound or anything, but just look at the size of this sword.
Wow, whose sword is that?
I don't know. That's why I look at this one's holding it, and the horn is some kind of ceremony. I just saw it pass, and it wasn't written anything about it, but I tried to find it.
Red Storm's not from Australia? Oh no. Sorry, I just saw that.
It's okay. I just wanted to show the sword.
That is a huge sword, and they never explain why. They just say it's like ceremonial. They created it, right?
Yeah, no. I tried to find a story about it, but I couldn't. But just the sword is just incredible. Why would you create a sword for a ceremony like big like this? I don't know. Just no. I think
And then Jen, I don't know if you saw in the chat, Rethink, along with a lot of people, he's going through quite a bit, and so prayers to you and your family, and to anyone struggling right now.
yes.
Yeah.
That's what these gatherings are for. So
Absolutely.
please, Father in heaven, watch over us and comfort all of us that are struggling and hurting right now at the sound of my voice. Thank you in the name of Jesus. Amen. We need to pray for each other. That's the main thing that we have. So
Absolutely. 100%. I agree. My screen is a little crazy here on my end for some reason. Not sure what's going on with it. All right. So what else we got, guys? Which way are we going here?
well, I have tabs and stuff, and he has pictures. So
Exactly.
All right.
and then
Well,
I made a little video. So whatever you want.
Oh,
Nice.
you've done it? Yeah, nice.
Well, kind of goes along with your topic. If you want, I'll play that. I can bring that up.
yeah.
I actually haven't even put it on my channel yet. You guys are gonna get the first glimpse of it. It's only like a minute and a half, like most of
Yeah,
mine.
sounds good. Hey, Ruckus, welcome. I see your mom's here as well. Gloria, hi.
Thanks. And I'm gonna have to figure out who started that nasty rumor that Red Storm's from Australia. I think it was me. Sorry about that. Oh crap! All right, so here we go. Let's see. Is that working? You see it?
Yeah, wait.
There
Do
we
you
go.
add it? Yes.
I hot off the presses. I just finished it second while we were on the air, actually. So we'll see what you think for your enjoyment. You ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Ready.
I'm but a satellite.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Bud Light celebrates real people of genius. Real people of genius. Today we celebrate you, Mrs. Marketing CEO. Don't forget to use the proper pronoun. You boldly make your mark. You take a beer that's doing somewhat well, even though it tastes like warm piss, and turn it into a marketing nightmare. Can you see that train coming right at us? Sure, Budweiser has most of the demographics of men that watch sports, but you strive for more. Completely changing the entire marketing scheme to go for men that like to dress as women and pretend to be little girls. What could possibly go wrong? You steer this ship out into open waters. Oh, is that an iceberg? You set such an shining example of marketing genius that Target is going along with it too, with exactly the same results. We can't give this stuff away. You managed to take a product that was doing fairly well in sales and make it so the stores can't even give it away. Free beer. So here's to you, Mr. Marketing Genius. We're all out of work now.
Satellite tracking continues.
Oh, I love that. That was great.
Yes.
And of course, I played all the parts.
That was really good.
Oh, you guys liked it? Oh, there's laughter. I was screen shared. I couldn't tell. I was like, oh man, I hope this isn't just dying on the phone.
Oh, no, it was really good. And you could see the agenda, the ridiculousness of it and how they're pushing it, how these companies are even willing to risk profits to push it out there. It's because, these companies are all owned by these Luciferian families, and they don't care if they don't get profits or not. They just need to push this shit out because that's what's on the agenda.
Yeah, exactly. Now we've seen in the 2 years, that the money doesn't mean anything to any company now. They They don't need the people. They just need to get their product out. I don't know. It's just crazy.
Yeah. And it's coming right into everybody's living room. The kids are being exposed to it. The drag queen story time hour, that really threw me for a loop when that first came out, especially the type of costumes that they were wearing. I mean, it was like some kind of demon from hell or something. Just doesn't even make sense. And parents are just plopping their little kids down in front of this thing and letting it read to them. It's just like, why? What is the purpose of this? There's only one answer, and it's not a good one.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah, I do agree. Your passion is inspiring as a AF. It is. But I was Pants on the Ground. He says, Bud Light makes you pee. But it's funny. There was an article that came out just the other day where they're saying men now prefer to sit down to pee, and I was like, give me a freaking break. There's no man I know that's like, hey, I'd prefer to do that. No, sorry. And another thing, there was a friend of ours, and it was really funny because they were like in their 80s, and they went shopping and got some men's underwear, and then when they got home, they realized they have no fly. Like, they're removing that now. It's like they don't want you to think that men have a penis because some of this don't.
But they do want you to think that men can have babies.
Correct. Absolutely. Yeah.
It's confusion.
You can't. I don't know how people can't see we're in the whatever you want to call it, short season, little season, whatever it's called now. It's so obviously satanic agenda. Everything's upside down and confusing and backwards, and that's all. Satan is the author of lies and confusion. Yep. And it's all right in front of us.
That's right. Exactly.
You know what they used to do in school? They used to pray in school. They used to talk about God. And then what did they do? They know you can't have that separation of church and state. Get God out of there. But then you can allow Satan in, right? You can allow everything in, but anything talks about God in the Bible. Because now if you do, now you're racist. Like I've said on this show before, my wife typed in because, the one passage about the lion lays with the lamb, it's now the wolf dwells with the lamb. A lot of people feel that has been changed, myself included. So my wife just said, hey, does anyone know, what is it, Isaiah, I forget, 11:6, something like that. Does anyone know what it is? And rather than talk about it, they just called her racist. And all she did was ask about a Bible verse. That's all she did. So they've skewed it to where if you say anything that sounds a little bit, well, I would say spiritual, but they call it religious, you're immediately whatever. You're nut wing, right wing, nut fanatic, Trump, Q, whatever. They throw it all at you. Flatter, they throw it all on you. So, and someone asked about the video. I haven't even put it on my channel. I said you guys saw it first. I'll put it up when the show's over. So.
Okay. Yeah. All right, I have to go to the ladies' room real quick. I'll be right back. You guys take over.
All right. No.
Okay. Can I screen share? You have that?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Well, let's do some of that.
Yes.
Okay. I'll click over here. And I really feel bad about the Rockfin people, but they'll come along. We'll figure this out. Okay. Present arms. Jen's got a new picture on her thing. That's fun. I like it. Okay. Clickety click. Let's see.
All right.
This, which was it's another one of these client people. What do you call it? Oil people that they protest. And this guy glued his hand to the street. Just ridiculous. But this is from that Clown World guy, Carl Vernon, and they have this gal, and let's see. I'll put it on the words here. And so he quotes her saying that you want people to panic and feel the fear that she feels every day. And he wants to know what study or scientific study report that she got that information to be able to, say this and put fear into everyone. And her response is this.
First of all, let me just clear that those are metaphors. In speeches, we often use metaphors. Of course, I don't mean literally that I want people to panic. So there was no scientific study that made me come to that conclusion.
So we just allow her to just parade around and say nonsense and Time Magazine. I mean, we all know, but it's more of this agenda push. This is a completely different one, of course. This is about how everyone's killing the planet. And so she makes these ridiculous statements. And when they call her on it, she says, it's a metaphor. Oh, she's a cute little girl. Let her be.
Yeah, it's funny that she calls it just a metaphor, you know.
How's that a metaphor? Everyone needs to panic and feel the pain that I feel. How's that a metaphor? The problem is that she's been out of school so long, she doesn't even know what a metaphor is.
Exactly.
Right? See, you've been out of school too. A metaphor is something that you need a meta for. You guys look it up. I can't do everything for you. FDA detects serious safety signal for something amongst children. See, now the actual articles are coming out, which I find interesting because there was. Well, here, let me see. Let me stop this for a second, and I'll. Where is it? You guys are here. I bring that up.
You said metaphor. I was thinking about metaverse, the meta now.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So here, that's. Oh wait, I stopped screen sharing. Here, where is it? Let's see. It goes here. Let's see. Where are you? This one. Oh, here you are. Okay. And screen. Click. There.
All right, here we go.
So I did this.
Sorry.
This was like 4 months ago.
All right, let's see it.
There's no sound. Where's this?
Yeah, I don't hear anything. There it goes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think something rather important.
Whoa. What's going on there?
That's weird.
What's going on with my computer?
I don't know,
I
dude.
got your computer virus, Jen.
Something happened. No bueno.
Yeah, it's not going to play.
Why is it
Weird.
glitching like that?
I've never had anything like that before.
See, they're just fucking with us now.
Yeah. Let's see. That is so weird. Where'd it go? No, it's not going to play. All right. Well, enough of that. We'll go back to what I was doing. Weird.
It doesn't work? Oh, my God. Okay.
Weird. That's a video that's on YouTube, but I can't play it.
That is weird.
Yeah. I shut it off and I brought it back and then nothing.
Oh.
Because I was going about the fact that I covered, well, let me even show this article now. Well, this is going great, this presentation. Everything, my computer's all going wonky.
No, maybe someone says you are holding a key or something on your keyboard.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. I'm not, but let me see if something's depressed somewhere. Who's the smart person on there that said that?
Zal.
Who? Oh.
Zal Moxus?
Control R or Brett.
Yeah. Oh. All right. Sorry for bringing the show to a screeching halt.
Oh, it's we don't mind.
All right, let me try this again. Yeah, because that was weird. I've never seen it do that. And okay, let's see. I think it'll work now. That's exactly what it was. So
you think this is a joke?
I love when drops get thrown on top of me. That's great. Okay. Let's see. Here we go. Let's try this again. Will it let me do it? Yeah, this was a few months ago.
Yeah, there's something rather important coming up here.
Can you hear it?
Yes. Yes.
And you can tell it's real because it looks so fake.
For too long, we scraped up profits from pills and injections. The real prize is the total cure, a device that can alter DNA.
Well, the main thing about this is he's now the golden child, not just for space, but with this new vaccine technology and stuff.
Yeah.
And we're finding now that like even the WHO is discussing issues that they're finding. And so I find it interesting that we weren't allowed to say any of this stuff for years, and yet now it's coming out from the allowed sites. It's just more of this confusion, and now they have. You think Twitter was bad before Elon took over? Now they have like their own Snopes that shows here every time when they want to argue the point. They only do it on certain posts, of course. But just like Snopes, they'll always say something like, well, the technically this and technically that. So basically they're saying, yeah, this is true.
Yeah.
I find it interesting that why are they allowing these things to be said out loud now? Because I think they're saying, okay, the old ones were bad. We know that now. And now with the new technology, we're going to eat better. That's what I feel. But I don't know.
They're about to change the name of this illness, again. So
yeah, absolutely. But here's the thing, most of us, this is what I think everyone's experiencing right now. Just have to be ready.
What the heck?
So.
Oh my God.
Welcome to the party, pal.
And then let's see, I'll speed this a little bit.
Well, that's flight or fight, and he fought.
Right? He was winning, but who knows? The other guy had his feet planted way better, so he might have had the better stance. The wavy, wacky wavy.
Everybody knows you never be full retard.
Sounds so funny with an echo.
Okay, where are we at? So have you seen this? I mean, everyone knows about the monster drink.
Look at your M closely. There's a gap right here in the letter M. It's never connected. So you go into Hebrew. The letter Vav is also the number 6. Short top, long tail. Short top, long tail. You could have here in Hebrew 666 on the can. But my interest is the word monster. What do you see in the O? There's a cross. Okay. What has Christ got to do with an energy drink, let alone the name Monster? So I thought, well, maybe this is a Christian company then. BFC at the bottom of the can. Do you know what that stands for? That's the F word. Big can. In fact, they write it on the side of the can, so I know that's the F word. Okay. Now, do you know what a MILF is? Yes. That's on the box. MILF, stick it, and you will too. This is not a Christian company at all. So why would they have their cross on the can? Here is the message. Antichrist. 666 in Hebrew. And then the Bible talks about the beast in Revelation. And look at Monster's ad. This is their statement. You see these M's everywhere. Hats, t-shirts, bumper stickers. Is there another agenda here? If God can use people and product, so can Satan. And look at it this way. Even if the M was not the issue, you cannot deny that that is a cross. And what is witchcraft? When the cross goes upside down.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that something?
That's really good. Yeah, that's in depth compared to what I was talking about it. I didn't know all that other stuff was on the can, but I've seen kids with these shirts on coming from church.
Yeah. But that last part where you take the cross and when you do bottoms up.
Oh, yeah.
Down, that just.
It's so diabolical. It's disgusting.
Oh, wait, she has another minute here.
And the double F's. Something to think about. Wow. This is how clever Satan is and how he gets into the Christian home and a Christian's life, and it breaks God's heart. Jesus said, my people perish for lack of knowledge.
That's awesome. People perish for lack of knowledge.
Yeah, and that's a quantum effect because it's now my people are destroyed, which to me is not as powerful.
Yeah.
But it no longer says that.
Can you post this link in the chat?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Look at your thumb close.
Let's see. Copy. And where are you guys? You're somewhere. You're over here. There you are. Paste.
There we go.
How come I can't paste it? I can't paste this thing. What's going on?
You can't paste?
Hang on. I'm trying. Try it again. Copy. Over here. Let's see. Does it work there? Oh, okay. Oh, Rockfin got it. Now I can put it in here. Okay. Oh, thanks, Al. That's weird how it won't let me put it in here. Oh, because it's not my page. I'll put it in the private chat. I guess you can post it.
All right.
Oh, I can put it on the YouTube. What am I doing? I'm on
StreamYard. Yeah, you can put it.
There I am. There, you see that work that time. There we go. Okay.
There you go.
All right, so we got that one. And then, and that ties along with this. Or was I still sharing all that?
Yeah. Do you want me to take you off screen share?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
I didn't know. Here we are.
Well, I
So
had you off while you were dropping the link, and then I just put it back on.
Oh, thank you. So this just came out. They have them in the stores out here. Have you heard of this thing called Liquid Death?
Oh God, no. What?
No. It's sparkling water that they say is infused with demons by real witches.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah. I'm not even going to play the audio, but they even do the spell and stuff, and so every one of these is infused with real demons. That's what the guy says here, by a real witch.
That's
and then
disgusting.
she's got the jawbones, which is a reference to what do you call it? Oh God, Cain and Abel, And then he even says, like, see, they do a spell, and I'm not going to go through all this. I don't know if it's really a real spell.
They do this to kids' toys and games and stuff before they go out, and they cast these spells on them before they sell them to people.
And then as soon as you open it, the liquid death infused drink, if you drink it, they say, will you become possessed?
Yeah.
And they say, well, in case you do become possessed, there's a coupon for $1 off an extra.
Right. Oh,
so they make fun of it like it's not a real thing.
They're
And yet
normalizing this stuff.
Yeah.
It's so twisted what we're seeing happen. And, it's going to get worse. It really is. It's sad to say, but we have to stand strong and put on the armor of God.
And then this gal said, this is in Canada. Have any of you ever visited Canada? She said, my bank won't let me pay off my Visa in cash unless I told them where the money came from. And I'm not sure about this yet, but yeah, I think this is coming too. To the people that were just putting cash aside, they're going to have issues on it when they go cashless. And there's now ATM machines you can go and take your cash to, and they kick out what? A little credit, a little debit card.
Really?
And the word is credit, right? Social credits. I mean, eventually they could just take all that money too. It's
Yeah, I just heard this week that they have, I didn't even know, that they already have like a basic income system that anybody can go on, They will give you like 1,000 or something a month, and you don't have to do anything, It's just crazy. They're doing it.
And then if this guy wasn't, first he did us dirty with the shots and stuff, and now he's let Elon take that over, and so now he's working on our skies, of course, our crops, and now he's just telling us straight up that AI is gonna just you won't be able to search for anything; it'll just do it for you, I guess.
Yeah.
So more and more like Wall-E, right? Where they do nothing. Like this. I thought this was a joke, but you can look it up. This is an actual Calvin Klein ad.
Oh.
And two things. I'm not body shaming, but when you're really getting obese like this, they're normalizing that too.
Yes.
In addition, I don't know how many women actually like to wear bras. All the women I know, when they get home and no one's around, they just take the thing. Now there's men that want to wear them. I mean, I don't even understand what's going on to these woke companies.
Well, yeah, that's what you're doing. Men's fashion is all being feminized. They're destroying the masculinity of men. It has to do with more of the confusion, normalizing obesity. It used to be an oddity. I mean, you would see a really obese person or something like at And I'm not body shaming either, but
No, I've got extra pounds on me. Everybody does. But the fact, like you say, it's unhealthy, and they're saying now it's healthy to be like this. It's okay. It's not about body shaming. It's about health. But don't worry. If you're unhealthy, take this pill, that pill, that pill, this pill, and this pill. And then we have a society that's constantly dealing with diabetes and 1,000 other things, rather than discuss the poisons that they're eating, drinking, putting on their skins, the lotions, the all that stuff. All that's getting into us and causing these scenes. But no, we're not going to discuss stop eating Cheetos with whatever that orange stuff is and where it comes from.
Yeah.
We're going to discuss, don't body shame us. And
That's very true. Very true.
And there's doctors. We were talking about it today, that are like morbidly obese, and they're telling people how to, get healthier, and it just, none of it makes sense.
Yeah.
I agree 100%. And that's been going on for a while. People are conditioned through the tell eyes to your vision and the FDA and these, snappy pappy, colorful products and stuff that, this is what you should buy. This is what tastes good. This is what's good for you, sugar free if you have diabetes, when that's the worst thing you can do. And it locks in the fat. So if you're drinking Diet Coke thinking you're going to help yourself get skinny in some way, you're not. And we're created in the image of God. So what they've done is warped out the image that we've been created in, and created, a society that this is normal. Like when you see somebody who's healthy and takes care of themselves and is in shape, and even at an older age, and they look good for their age, and taking care of themselves and stuff, it's an oddity to see that, especially here in my area in Alabama. Obesity is run rampant here. This is when I moved here, and I went to the hospital for something one time. I think I had to take my son's girlfriend to the hospital, and I couldn't believe the extra wide wheelchairs that they had in there. I'd never seen those before. There was like, you could fit 2 or 3 of me in one of these wheelchairs. And I was just like, wow, okay, like, it's really crazy what's happening.
And that's the other thing they're pushing and making us argue and look over these things. Meanwhile, then they go do this, prepare for the next one, and the future is going to be even deadlier. Like you were saying, they're even going to change the name, and it's just going to be, anyways, you guys all get it. Skin cancer rates are up 17 times since 1950, with people spending dramatically less time in the sun than ever before in human history. And, and that's a big deal that I feel, is that we discuss like the sun's such a bad thing. And yet you really feel that God would put something in the sky that we would spend all our time around that would want to kill us.
Yeah, exactly.
With anything in moderation, if you sit down in it for a long time, you could get sun poisoning and stuff. I get it. But no, it's not the sun killing us. So what is? Again, it's all the toxins. We don't realize how much we absorb through our skin. Yep. And we're hopefully about to find out more, because the new shot is I talked about it last Friday. It's going to be an air-induced gun. It's not a needle. And if that doesn't tell you that your pores soak in things, I don't know what does. And we need to start thinking about what we put on our skins, our hair dyes, anything, any of that stuff. It's potentially toxic.
Yeah, that sunscreen is, I never put that on mine.
I never put it on my kids. I never put it on me. I used to watch the parents slather that stuff all over their kids at the beach and stuff. It's just, they have no idea.
And does anybody know, have you guys seen this one? He's looking weirder and crazier. And what is going on there?
What?
That NPC cartoon that everyone makes fun of? It looks like that's it right there, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. Just 2 highs. Oh, God.
It looks like he's struggling to get back to the house or wherever he's going. And what's interesting, I was looking all over for this, when he got off the plane or whatever on this one. And so I did a search. And if you type in if you type in just like Joe Biden walking or whatever, there are just thousands of him falling, looking lost, not knowing where he is. It's sad. It's really sad what they're doing to our look of our nation anyways. This is not a good look. In my opinion.
No bueno.
No bueno. And then let's see, scary space news, crazy hair. There we go. SpaceX launches Saudi astronauts, including the first woman to the space station. I don't know. That's all I had for scary space news because it's so ridiculous now. You know,
I'm surprised it's not the first transgender to space.
You know what? How many times have we said things on these shows and then it happens like the next day? So
Probably, yeah, next launch it's gonna be a transgender.
yeah. You would care for what you wish for, Jen. It's on.
Right? I'm not wishing for that. Oh my gosh. All right, guys, can we take a quick break?
Sure.
All right, cool. We're going to take a quick break, guys. We'll be right back, and we're going to get back into it here. What do we got? What am I going to play? I have to find something. I'm running out of stuff.
We got almost 100 people here, and some people are
know.
Thank you all for
All
being
right,
here.
guys. We'll be right back.
Tell me it was all in my head, and I don't know what I'm talking about.
According to Encyclopedia Britannica, mountains generally are understood to be larger than hills, but the term has no standardized geological meaning.
Meltology 101, baby. Once you see the melted bricks, you won't fall for their lame-ass tricks. Geologist, you're fired.
Larger than hills, but the term has no standardized geological meaning.
Boom, baby.
Just how many, quote, natural formations are really just extremely weathered, once extremely large stone-built structures? Maybe there are many stone granite hills, and even maybe mountains that dot our earth, which grand structures of the forgotten people.
Boom, baby.
Encyclopedia Britannica, mountains generally are understood to be larger than hills, but the term has no standardized geological meaning.
All right, we are back.
We're back.
Baby. This little kitten is running around like 100 miles an hour up and down the hallway and in and out of the room here because she knows I'm in my office, so she keeps coming in. She's just having so much fun. Oh my gosh. It's funny when they're kittens and they kind of like run sideways, like with their hair all jacked up, you know? It's funny. I love it. Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Funny. Yes.
Well, I'm going to sit back and let Shapu take over if you're all done, CFM.
Yeah, for now. I mean, I'm still
Okay.
here.
Yeah. I know Shapu's got stuff he wants.
You're kicking me out. I see how it is.
No, if you're not done, we can go back. It's no problem.
I'd say I'd be kicked out of better places than this, but that's not true.
All right. But no, what can I show? Got a couple of things. I know that the last time I was on, you wanted to show that castle, like Starfort Castle. You remember, Jen? And
Yeah.
we didn't have time to show it.
Okay.
And now I'm even more dangerous because I can read the chat and mess with you guys. So watch out.
My smell says I'm going to smoke a bowl of glue. That's too funny.
All right. But I think I've got
91 people here.
Yeah, a lot of people got, like myself, that song's kind of stuck in my head now. That one you just played.
Yeah, I like that one. I found the beat with the lyrics there about they say don't know what I'm talking about. It's all in my head. And then I just added the rest in. If I could rap, guys, I would do it, but I can't rap. But I can write some stuff. Oh. All right, here we go.
It's all good. You see it? All right.
Seeing backstage stuff.
Oh, what's wrong again? No.
Oh no! Here we go again. We're gonna go to multiple universes whenever he shows something.
That's too funny.
Man, it's always a exception. This one should work.
Oh yeah.
And
There you
shout
go.
out to Flat Earth Cat over on Rockfin. Thank you for the nice words.
From everybody on Rockfin.
They said Flat Earth Cat says, "Hi CFM, love these shows. You three are excellent."
No.
Oh,
and
thank you.
also, is so sorry about Lola, Jen, and yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
We have the nicest people that come to these shows. Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
Yeah.
Just love this group. It's just wonderful.
Yeah, we're blessed. All of us are blessed in that way. You know, we're all going through it in some personal way. You know, we all look forward to, you know, meeting up like this. And I love doing shows with you guys. And everybody's just, you know, eager to get in the chat and interact with each other. And I'm just so grateful that we are able to do that.
Amen.
Yes.
All right, Shapu, where are we at here?
All right.
You know,
This is called a Tantallon Castle in Scotland, I think.
Scotland is crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. And as you can see, it was like an old star fort at some point. I will just zoom in a little bit. You see like the remains of...
Oh, yeah, I see it.
Isn't that wild? Like, we never heard the word Starfort until whatever, for me, just about 4 or 5 years, and then it's everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a Mandela effect for me. We were always looking at ancient sites and all these different things and structures and stuff. I was like, how the hell did we miss Starforts? Even my husband was like, he didn't know what I was talking about.
You know, that's when it's trippy. Like, I like calling it quantum effect. Now, I don't know. I'm just trying to get away from their words, but it's their word also.
Yeah.
But the whole idea of like Curious George, tail no tail, and this kind of stuff. But when like the Statue of Liberty suddenly now is sitting on a star fort and nobody remembers it, like that's some David Copperfield kind of shit. Like, how did that happen? You know?
Yeah.
That's the weirdness of this, and that's why I believe all of these things, regardless if it's the Lion Laying with the Lamb or any passage changing or movie changing, whatever. It's all to remind us that we live in a world that is able to change in what we call a supernatural way. It's just a natural way, but they've hidden it from us. And so that's what I think all of those effects are, to remind us that this doesn't make sense.
Exactly. You know? Our reality is not what they have told us. It's not as solid and stable, you know, the way we see it. Like, you know, there's a lot more going on here. Shapu, this is incredible, these pictures. About 4 pictures back or 5 pictures back, you could really see the melt going into the water. I didn't want to interrupt anybody, but I was like, wow, that's crazy melt.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, that one. That was like, wow, look, you can see how it ran down and melted away and down, out, you know?
As it says in the Bible, like wax, right?
Yes.
Just
Yes.
melted. It actually says God can touch something and it just melts.
Well, I believe it, seeing this stuff.
Yeah, exactly, because you can see that there's a lot of parts missing from this thing, you know. It's
yeah, it's like it definitely looks like it's not complete in some way. Like there should be a whole nother part out there in the water or something.
Oh,
It
yeah.
doesn't make sense the way they have it.
No. You can see here.
Yeah, that whole back half melted away.
Yeah. You can see all the coastline. Same thing you can see here. This one's better.
Gosh, that is unbelievable. Look at it.
Yeah.
Just look at it.
What's left of it, you know.
God melted the earth like wax.
Look at that. It's just
yeah, even in the background, you know, it's
yeah, that building went on for days, and a lot of these cities were described as it would take like a week to walk through it. Some of them.
Well, Tower of Babel, it took 3 days to walk around it, a year to get up it or something, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I have a question about that. Remind me about the Babel Tower.
Okay.
And you can see that it was all bricks also.
And this is a good example right here of how brick can turn into what we call, you know, regular old rock.
Yeah.
They didn't have 3 different types of building materials here. It was all the same. It got cooked out, and in various areas it got cooked out more than the other locations.
Yeah, I've got like close-ups of the place, but you can see there's like a remain of some kind of wall, and all remains going into these crevasses.
Remember, we saw a lot of this at Santorini too. These like down the terracing and stuff, all these crazy walls jutting out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. These terraces are just mind-boggling.
It's mind-boggling melt right there.
Oh yeah, yeah. But as you can see, further in the water, there's another like this island. You know, it's probably connected at some point.
Wow, look at that.
Wow.
Like structures everywhere, and all these white things are birds. So
I got you.
Yeah.
Wow.
But totally a castle remain.
That's crazy.
But it's
you know, I think my favorite place that we've covered so far is Tenerife.
Yeah.
I mean, where you could see the actual levels of the building in that one picture we were showing.
Yeah, all these islands in the Canary Islands they're crazy.
Yeah, I had fun covering that with you.
Yes, there's so much there.
And like that, whatever that is in the water in the distance, probably part of this.
Yes, exactly. That's this one here. That's probably connected.
It's all one giant building, yeah.
And
or
look,
city or whatever.
You can see here the coastline is still like walls, you know. Yeah, it's
Yeah, see, Glorious had no idea what a star fort was either. Yeah, it just popped into our reality.
You know, like what the hell? And there's so many of them. They're everywhere. I mean, are you kidding me?
Yeah, and then the one that really freaked me after that was Jen. She found in World War I or II planes that pretended to be birds. What the
yeah, German bird planes. I mean, wings flapping and everything. There are a whole flock of them.
Yeah.
Look at the
And they used
bricks.
to be the
melted.
first plane to drop bombs. Yeah, look at how cooked out this stuff is, guys.
Oh yeah.
There's so many
You
different
really,
levels.
once you see it, you just can't not see it anymore.
This is true. This is very true.
Right?
Right. Yeah.
Oh man, let's pat each other on the back.
No. What's this? You know, it's the transition of all these bricks right now, right here.
Trans bricks.
Yeah.
The trans bricks. Oh no.
The trans bricks.
Now we can show people We
yeah.
plan these things like crazy, let me tell you.
I love the trainee bricks. They're my favorites.
That's true. That's very true.
I'm going to mute for a second, guys.
All right.
Brett Morgan says, damn, some amazing picture poo. I agree, Brett Morgan.
No, thanks.
Sorry, I just like saying people's full names sometimes.
I'm just, yeah, look at this remain of this castle here. Just melted over.
Okay, Mesa Melt remembers Star Forge. There's always one in every room. But that's the thing. That's what doesn't make sense. That's why no one can put a finger on it. Because, like, for instance, I'll go with a song. My wife and I are pretty much agreed on everything. But say, like, this Rolling Stones song, the song's actually called Paint It Black. Yeah. She has always heard it the new way that I hear it is new to me is, I see a red door, I want it painted black. Yeah. Like, it's no longer being done by, whatever. And so there's one that the two of us agree with a lot of stuff, but that one we disagree. She's only heard it the other way. So I can't answer Mesa Mel how that works, but it's weird that some of us have the original memory and some of us have the new one. It's very bizarre.
Yeah. But there's
go back to that one. Go back to that one.
This one?
See, I just see that as the top of whatever building's underneath, and they're showing us the top.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. There's something underneath for sure. But yeah, me too. I remember like one or two star forts, that they showed like in here we got this Citadel in Quebec, and it's just the half star fort, but star forts everywhere, like in every country, in every part. No, that's.
Yeah, and he is. It was. I see a red door, and I want to paint it black. That's why the song is called "Paint It Black."
Yeah.
And now, if you listen, and the lyrics are, "I see a red door, I want it painted." So, very odd.
Yeah, very odd.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, this one's. You can see that they were all bricks at one point.
Yeah.
Built with random rocks, when.
Oh, right. Let's throw some bricks and rocks in.
So, guys, my mother just called me real quick. I had to mute out, and she just wanted to tell everybody. She says hi and thank you for all the prayers, and she loves everybody and misses everybody.
Aw.
Yes.
Much love back to you.
Yes. She's still going. And still healthy, and she's going.
Yeah. She might never be back to the way she was before this happened, but it's a process. Trying to level out her blood pressure, get her on the right medication, and figure out what damage has been done to her from all this and how we move forward with it. She's got a huge scar going up her stomach, from her diaphragm down to above her hairline, straight down. So there's a lot of different things going on with her, and it's been a long, arduous journey for her to battle her way back from all this. And your prayers, everybody out there, really helped. But just gotta keep praying.
Yeah, will do.
Yes.
I think, and we talked about this. I believe Jen and I talked about this earlier. Is that if we're awakened to God's existence. And we obviously see the spirit of the Antichrist out there.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a revelation of God's of church, whatever you want to call it, happening at the same time. And we need to embrace that, those of us that are feeling that, and keep doing that and praying for each other. It's one thing, God knows what's in our hearts, but we're supposed to. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to communicate and let him know. Yes, this is the area that I really would like you to take care of and help me through. And he'll do it. And that's the amazing thing. He answers the prayers of the righteous. If you're asking something that's, within will and law of God, he'll do it. Not always in the timeline we like. Maybe you want it sooner. And you have to remember that, people like Daniel and people in the Bible that were thrown into jail or whatever, they prayed and maybe they didn't get saved right away. I know Joseph was in prison for many years, went on to do great things. And so if you pray and it's not happening immediately, that's the test of faith. Our endurance is being tested. Our patience is being tested. Our forgiveness, everything is being tested. And how we respond to that is how we, whether we prosper or not. It's a balance of the universe, or whatever you want to call it, the force of nature. And if you go against it, you're going to get repercussions. And the more you start to understand it, the smoother things start to get. Not to say you don't get more trouble in your life. And that's part of this test. How are you going to respond to it? My young son, who's turning a little older soon, he said this to me. He said, some things you cannot control in life, and people and their reactions and stuff you cannot control. The only thing you control is how you react to it. And that's sort of the teachings of Jesus, even though he doesn't even believe that. That's what it is. That's the whole turn the other cheek. It's not easy to do, but we're being tested of all the things that we want to see God do for us. We want to do for him too and his children. That's the way I see it. So.
Amen.
Yeah. And I was just
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Jet.
It seems like all these Star Forts were born. Listen to me. We're created in the same era,
Yes.
They're all
Yeah.
Like it was for a certain purpose, and I don't think it was for war or defense mechanisms. I think they converted them to say that that's what they're for, and put their props in and stuff. But
as far as the timeline event, they all look around the same period.
Yes.
Created.
There's even one in India. You may have just shown it, Shapu, that one you had up just a minute ago on the hill right there. I don't know if that's it or not. That's probably not it. But it looks, the one that they have in India is up on a hill. It doesn't have nothing to do with water. And it's it's all red brick. And you can see it's cooked out and stuff. But do you have the one that's in India, Shapu?
Yeah, yes, I have.
Of course he does.
It's got a cross section that goes down.
He's got a guy that took that picture, dude.
Steps on all four sides down to like nothing. It's bizarre.
His person in India took the photo, Jen. You kidding?
Yeah.
See, Shapu's pictures go deep. Okay.
Yeah, I see that.
They're next level. Next level.
Next level.
That's so much. Yeah, I tried to have one
and
of
Juan Truth is here and says peace and love. Peace and love.
Juan, are you late? Oh my
He's
God,
tardy.
Juan, what happened to you?
Don't be tardy for the party.
I don't feel tardy.
Motherfucker.
I should just run down.
Someone's done happy. I love it.
I can't seem to find
this
it.
is not it. What you have on screen. I'm just saying.
Yeah. No.
Oh, okay.
I can't find it. I was just showing like.
You have every Star Fort but that one. Look at this one. Wow. Go back to that last one. That it was like a triple layer of Star Forts
we didn't know
existed. One, yeah.
Look at that thing. What the?
Yeah.
By the time they had this thing built, the war be over.
Yeah, all of them. There's so much work just in one. Yeah.
Unbelievable. Look at that.
And there's some like.
Oh, that's cool.
Crazy and is big that just are remainings because some of it is still underneath the ground. And
look at that. We're supposed to believe that they carried all that stuff up that mountain to build that. And the mountain isn't part of it.
Yeah.
I mean, go back. Occam's razor. Go back to that other one, the mountain thing. So either you had a bunch of really strong workhorses carry all that stuff to build it on top of this mountain, or that's just part that survived and the rest of it's melted and underneath that foliage.
Yeah, exactly. All of it.
Motherfucker.
Hopefully that makes other people laugh just about besides me. Look at the obelisk. We got Osiris penises there. What is that?
What do we need that there for? What kind of frequency are we harnessing here or creating or,
Yeah, where are you? That's interesting. And it looks like a Freemason compass in front of it.
I
Where is
don't
this?
know. I don't know where it is.
It's from Sapu's Secret Stash. SSS.
Yeah, sometimes I've got the city name, but this one I didn't. So.
Look at that one.
Look
You
at
see how
that.
the whole thing goes. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it goes down the hill again. Always on top of a hill. Because the whole hill is the building, you know.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
Like this one.
Look at that.
It's just terraformed.
See, to me, that looks like some kind of high-tech component on the grid system of some sort.
Yeah.
Do we know these patterns have a frequency?
Yeah.
So it has nothing to do with defense and war and everything.
No.
Maybe we'll never know what the true function of this thing was. I mean, maybe it's otherworldly millennial reign stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
If that was good for defense, why is the Pentagon not built like that? No, it's a Pentagon.
Exactly.
Oh, wow. The mountain is the building, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see a lot of that kind of stuff in India, those type of forts.
Yeah, this one, yeah.
I mean, it's like some of them, they can't even get in the whole picture. It's so massive.
No, India has the biggest ones. Biggest forts. Not all the top, like what we call mesas, are just forts in India. So
Can we zoom in on this one?
the quality, I think it's not that good. But
Wow, just look at that.
you can see even this, like the hill, it's terraformed to the fort.
Yeah, they would not have had the mechanisms needed to do something like this. I mean, I don't know the story on this place or how long they say it took to build it or who built it or whatever, but you know, when you start looking at the 1600s, 1700s, and when they say these things were being built, it's just they didn't have, according to what we know, the capability to make stuff like this.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because they attribute all these Star Force to one or two architects, you know, Vauban and another, like a Spanish one, I guess. But
that is crazy right there.
They cannot.
No, how far out that goes. What's the scale on that? My God.
Yeah. Yeah. It's an old.
These are so new to my reality. It's so weird because I mean, I've never grew up with them, never heard of them, nothing. Look at this. I've never even seen this before.
Now Mesa Melt said that they remembered some, but come on, like that? These are crazy.
Yeah.
This is even new to me, these pictures. I've never seen these before. And I looked at a lot of Star Forts. Me and Brian covered Star Forts a few times.
Yeah.
Well, I've always said Shapu's deleted more photos than most of us will ever see in our lifetime. Look at that. That looks like that thing opens up and something comes out of the center of the earth.
Oh, wow. And look at how far out it goes, you know?
Is that where the monster in Star Wars eats Boba Fett temporarily?
Yeah, right in the middle.
Temporarily, because he lives, of course.
They are living within a frequency. I mean, that's pretty cool. I wonder what it's like to live there in that frequency.
I think you have to be a lizard.
Yeah, there's so many of these.
Chris, we'll never know where these are. He's got so many, and they're from all over the world.
The previous
and
one.
The underworld. Nobody knows.
Palmanova, I guess.
What's it? Palmanova?
Yeah.
Oh, I stand corrected again. Palmanova.
Yeah. But they're all over the place. There's one probably in your city that you don't even know because it's been either like destroyed or covered. It's everywhere. Like look, even this island, there was one at one point.
Red Storm, you say, where have you been? Obviously, I don't even know where you are. I apologize. You're probably forever going to be in Australia. You'll find yourself in other chats and they'll say that. What is that?
Melted out.
Yeah. Fort Haddons. I think it's Alabama. No.
What? Is that Alabama?
Yeah, Fort Adams. No.
Wow.
I
Sweet
think
home.
you have two of them in Alabama.
Wow.
Yeah, this one is Malta, I guess. I think.
Yeah. Malta is one giant star fort.
Yeah, look, you can see that all of this.
Well, we covered Malta.
Yeah, the coastline is all melted.
You can see it underwater too.
Yeah.
Oh, there was a question too. Have you ever looked at La Palma and the Canary Islands?
Yes.
Yes. When
You
we
have?
covered Tenerife, I think we touched on La Palma.
Yeah.
We went over
It's
that
on
whole
your channel somewhere.
Yes.
Yes.
Just look up Melted as Fuck Part 1 and Melted as Fuck Part 2.
Well, there you go,
SUK.
Flat Earth Cat. Look up Melted as Fuck 1 and 2, parts 1 and 2, and you'll find they did the Canary Islands. I love this show.
Those are some of my favorite ones. I love you guys.
Is it really called like this? I don't remember. Yeah, I think so.
I'll bring it up. I'm going to look it up right now.
Oh, now Red Storm's using the word mate. See, now everyone's going to think you're from Australia. You're
from Australia, yeah.
I'll never even know where you're actually from.
Yeah,
Some say France.
Yeah.
Some say France. A lot of people from France lately. It's crazy. Look at that. Okay, no one else sees the penis. This is just me. I mean,
Where it is?
Let me see.
I can't be the only one that saw that.
Oh, I see it.
Okay, good.
And there's balls there too.
That's like that cloud that was, but I still don't understand why that video never went viral. That cloud.
That was so cool.
Oh, yeah,
Put it on like TikTok or something.
I've never seen a cloud like that in my life.
I love that gentle hand caressing the balls.
We were just talking. I just was recording it. It came out funny, so I threw it.
And then it looked like it had a happy ending towards the end there. Something was coming out.
Hey, you know what? I called it. What was funny too is, like, there was a plane that was blocking the moon was up in the sky. I was like, oh, it's shoot the moon. There. Oh, but anyways, oh, see, there goes yeah, okay, whatever. I see. Look at that place. That's all destroyed.
Yeah,
I'm trying to change the top.
Again, this one.
She was in here laying down. I don't know where she went.
But yeah, I've got like thousands of. But I just wanted to show a couple more of these. They are everywhere, all different shapes, sizes, levels. This one looks like it's missing like half of it.
Yeah. And they just built the town on top of it.
Yeah.
All right, guys, this is the link to the Canary Islands Melted as Fuck Part 1.
Well, there we go.
Drop Part 2 in there in a second.
All right, just leave out the fort for now.
How about what the heck was I asking you? Do you have any photos from when we did the Tenerife?
Oh yeah.
Can we bring up that folder? Where am I going over here? Okay, there we go. Here's part 2, guys. I think these are 2 of our best shows that we've done so far, with giving proof for ship being melted.
And Johnny Cool thinks he just slide in late because his name has cool in it. Give me a break.
Oh, he was here earlier, wasn't he?
No, he just admitted it. He wants to be told off that he's tardy.
I think he just likes hearing it. I'll do
I
it
think
for
you're
you.
right.
Don't be tardy for the party.
I don't feel tardy.
Got to give the eyes what they want.
All right, guys, this is awesome and amazing. I love this stuff. And here is the proof, like right in front of your face. You can actually make out the floors in this building where some of them haven't crushed down all the way. You can make out the windows. You can follow it straight across. You can see how the part of the building like maybe melted more on one side. You can see how it's running down itself as well. Absolutely incredible. If I was here, I would love to try to climb up this thing and explore, because I'm sure you can get in there on certain levels.
Yeah, it's so big.
Yeah.
I think I've got a couple of the place.
And this is called Tenerife.
Yeah.
In the Canary Islands.
Yeah.
Nice. And that was requested because over on Rockfin, the Flat Earth Cat is from that area.
Yep, I stuck it in the in the chat here, the links. But if you guys go through my lives, now see those rectangular windows there? Yeah, see, you can follow that floor all the way across.
Yeah.
Right there. Yes. That is a really good one right there. It did not pancake down onto the rest of it like the other layers. You can see how those other rectangular windows are kind of starting to squish down. But that one floor seems to have remained. And they have literally like rectangular windows running across this thing that just have a slight rock curtain over it right now that probably you could poke right through it and see what's in there.
Yeah. But I know I've got like some nice quality ones in that folder. That's all of this. And find like melted stuff.
All right, again, there is the same floor. Go over that floor right there. Again, yeah, look at it. You can see the different levels to this building because you can see other rectangular windows right there, yes, that are starting to squish down.
Yeah.
Or in the melt squishing down and solidified this way. And look at all that up top there, just running down the building itself. Yeah, all that and over there. Yeah, all that coming down. Yeah. Everything's rock curtain over itself because it's melting like ice cream, like wax. And then it solidifies. And this is what we got. And they say this took millions of years to form. And, there's nothing to see here.
Exactly. Oh, this one. It's one of your favorites.
Oh, yeah, this is a good one. Just look at that melt.
The ice cream.
And look at all these openings. There's like cavern, like rooms still open and stuff. And look at the brick right there. Yeah, Shapu.
Yeah.
It's undeniable in my opinion. Sorry. Now, I don't think this is a tree stump because tree stumps don't have windows and doors and stuff like this and brick. Okay. So in my opinion, this is definitely was a building. Shapu, stay right where you're at. Move to the left a little bit on this coastline here. Just move over a little bit and zoom back in because the other way, the left. The other way.
Yeah, I can.
Right there. Zoom in and looks like some bricks sticking out of the just to the left there. See how it's real red just above where the people are on the rocks?
Right
See,
there?
there's a little bunch of people down there on the rocks. Well, right above them, it looks like a whole thing of bricks sticking out.
This thing?
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, pretty interesting.
Yeah. I mean, you could see that there's structure on this thing. But people were conditioned, to not see it. It's been right in front of our face, just like flat Earth this whole time. Whether you think this is a tree stump or a freaking melted building or a sleeping giant, it's definitely not what geologists are telling us, okay? There's that. So,
that's very true.
Yeah.
Exactly. Again, this canal.
Yeah, why would they put that there?
Yeah, remember. Yeah, it was like an aqueduct all over the island. We showed like a video of it in one of these shows. Mm-hmm. And it goes all over the island on top of the mountains. Yeah, it's just crazy.
Now Red Storm's got me wanting ice cream. Thanks, mate.
It's incredible.
I wonder what that orange is, like sulfur or something.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Maybe like the bricks.
Interesting.
Because Kairos, when he was exploring the California coast, and inside all the bricks, they turn this type of color and like.
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember that they were turning yellow.
Yeah.
But look, you can see the meltage. You can see which direction it was flowing. You can see the pancake brick layers. They always want to say these are sedimentary layers.
Yeah, but what they say about this one, this thing? No.
Yeah, I think that's part of the structure that was just warped out or something. You know, because buildings have vertical columns and stuff, structural supports. You know, going upward, and then the floors. I mean, to me, it looks like it's part of some structural part of the building there.
Yeah, some straight walls, upward walls, or support walls.
Right. I mean, you guys have to remember, we're seeing the bare bones minimum. This is my favorite picture right here. Oh my gosh, I love this one. You cannot tell me you can't see a building there, okay? Just wow. And the fact that you can see the floors is amazing. I mean, look at the square angles here, guys. This is not natural. This is not volcanic or whatever the hell narrative they're trying to push on this area.
And don't forget, everyone, melt the like button if you haven't already, please.
Yeah, melt that like button.
That's what we say on your channel, right? Melt it, right?
Melt
Okay.
it. Melt the shit.
I'm making sure I say it right.
Melt it as fuck.
Todd B says Malta is a star fort inside a star fort.
Yes.
Oh, there's got to be so much stuff that you can, if you could get up here and you could get in and go maybe partially the way in. Down this end where you just went, Shapu, right there looks more collapsed and crushed down. But over here where we just were, you could probably ride a bike through there or something, you know?
Yeah, but that's where the slee stacks live, so you got to watch yourself. They move very slow, but apparently very dangerous.
This is like a meltologist wet dream right here.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. Look at it. You can see its buildings. I mean, I don't know how you can't see it. It's like a whole row of
Austin's trying.
skyscrapers.
It's interesting. There's certain times when I'll see it faster than others, and then you start seeing more and more. But
Right.
I definitely see structures and windows or doorways in there.
Exactly. As soon as he pulled this picture up, I saw it. It was, you know, and before I remember the day that I saw it for real, and I showed Steve, and he saw it, and he at first he couldn't see it, and then he was like, "Oh shit, I see it! Like I understand now what you're saying."
Yeah, then you can start to even see it. I've seen people do streams where they show it. You can see it in the water, like at the surface of the water. It's pretty wild.
Yeah. Wow, that's a really good view because I was wondering what it looked like up there behind everything. It's just wow.
And Juan Truth, yes, I always worry about the slee stacks, but you got to worry about the moai. So whatever.
Moai
have her own demons to face.
The moai got stuck in the melt. They were on the move, and then the melt came, and they got stuck. That's why
they're going to get reanimated, and keep an eye on them.
Look at this, guys. Look at this. I mean, this is an amazing picture right here for me. Come on, just look at it. Look at the think of a building with the windows going up the building, got rectangular windows, square windows, whatever. You can see apertures everywhere. It screams structure, not natural sedimentary layers that took millions of years to form.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I don't even think we showed this picture on our shows.
No.
This is incredible. You're going to have to go back to the other end for me again and zoom in. It's just so wow. Hey, baby girl. What are you doing? Oh, that is amazing. Those perfect rectangular windows right there. Perfectly uniformed with each other, as we would see in our buildings, run one on top of the other. It's just incredible. And as you move towards the top, you see the inner spaces of the building. Like you could see that's not just a square window. It's actually could have been like a room or an office or something. You know what I'm saying? Over where you were just circling where the other rectangles were, just kind of there in the middle. Yeah, right all in there.
Yeah.
Kind of like Santorini, when we showed the side of Santorini where you could still see the exposed part of the innards of the building, but the rest of it was all gone.
Yeah.
Santorini is another good one, guys. If you're new to my channel and you haven't gone back and watched my live stream, Santorini is a really good one. Melted Mediterranean, we did that. That was really good. The proof is there. I mean, and we've been boots on the ground, so not in these locations, but on our own. Shapu's gone out. He's gone out and found all kinds of stuff. Ceiling Fan and I have gone to Ape Cave in Washington when I went to visit him. And I've climbed around my area here of boots on the ground, Mount Cheeha and stuff. So, We're seeing it for ourselves. We're going out, and I'm just not looking at pictures. I'm actually proving it to myself. I'm out there touching it, looking at it. We're finding it. Jeremy on the meetup at Mount Cheeha made an amazing discovery on the side of a rock. You could see the perfect brick lines going vertical and horizontal, perfect pattern, just as we would see in a brick wall. But the bricks had melted out, and there was like an indent in it on the side of this rock. It was amazing.
Agreed. it was.
Look at this. Oh, I love this with the terracing and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And I like it when you all do that, boots on the ground. Anybody, it's really nice because like, oh, I know that person, and then you can see that we're actually looking at these things instead of just everything on
Well, we actually went to what they say is a volcanic lava tube. That's 300,000 years old, and Ceiling Fan Man and I saw red brick everywhere we looked.
Yeah.
I mean, if I went and didn't record it and came back and I said that to you, you'd be like, oh, you're exaggerating, whatever. And if I said, no, everywhere I turned, it was red brick, all this melted red brick. And you'd be like, whatever. But I have the proof. I showed the video.
Yeah.
And God led us through that. I don't know how the hell. I'm clumsy.
We talk about that all the time. There's no way that we went through
I
that.
had Puma sneakers on. I have vertigo to a certain extent. And I was holding a cell phone in my hand with a headlamp on and navigating through that with one hand holding on to stuff. And I didn't fall. I hit my head, but I didn't even feel it really.
You hit it so hard we heard it, and it didn't bother you. And we had no water. We didn't get dehydrated. Very bizarre.
Yeah.
But for me to
It was a blessed trip, and we didn't even realize it. It's amazing when you look back on it.
Every time I went out exploring with Jeremy, I would always fall or trip or something, get hurt. And for me to make it through there and nothing happened to me, it's just like, I don't know how.
You need one of those helmets. Watch out in the shower,
Red
All right, what do we got there? Look at that.
Look at that.
What is that?
That's a wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like some weird triangle upside down things in front of it too.
Yeah, this
like
is
a dam almost.
Because it's drained.
Zoom in on this center thing here. It's hollow in the middle.
Yeah, it's a building.
Because it's a building. See, it's not none of.
Yeah,
look at
all
it.
of it. You can see that.
See, they're gonna say this is some natural thing, and it's built there, but it runs right into all this junk over here that took millions of years to form. Are you fucking kidding me? That's proof right there, guys. Take screenshots, okay? There's tranny man fucking bricks right there.
Yeah.
I thought they were called trans bricks, not tranny man bricks. You're changing your own terminology now. Don't confuse the audience.
There was a sign I found on Google. It was called Tranny Man Transmissions, and it had like Superman with a transmission in his hand, and her store was called Tranny Man because he fixed transmissions.
Look at that! Look at that picture.
Oh wow! And why
look
is
at
there
the
a
straight
wall
lines going across there, and all the bricks down there.
Yeah, usually it looks like this, Jen. Yeah, there's water.
And look at the side of that there. You can see there's brick. What was this? Oh my God, this is crazy. And the fact that we thought that these were all natural this just blows my mind. I thought I was on a friggin' ball hurtling through space
Yeah.
for most of my life.
Yeah.
That's a game changer.
Tranny bricks identify as rocks. Bravo.
That's a good
All right,
one.
it's okay you were late, Johnny. That was fun.
Oh, Johnny, yeah, you made up for that one. That was good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That was good.
Usually it's full of water.
Look at how this makes a right angle there. Go back to that picture. Look at that. It's like it just comes up and turns and goes that way. Wow.
Yeah, this one is just crazy. As you can see, there's remains all over the place around this.
People think we're crazy, but it doesn't matter how high you go or how far down you dig. You'll always find some structure and some melted brick. Okay?
That's been my experience with you watching these the last few years. Yeah.
I don't know how you can't see it, but if you can't see it, you can't see it.
We see that, whatever you want to call it, Roman, Tartarian, whatever you want to call it, we see that structure in the same, all over the world, and pyramids all over the world and whatever. And we also see evidence of destruction all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no.
That's very true.
Yeah, wow, look at the melt creeping right up this thing, and it stopped right there. But I mean, there's heat damage all over it, but you can see where it was melted here on, right where he's following along there. That's transition there, right? They wouldn't build like that. Are you kidding me?
No.
What?
No. And Chris, I don't believe you're allowed to become part of the Slesak tribe. You're just born into it, so they'll just probably kill you. You know, they never discussed what they did to him in the Land of the Lost. But
look at this transition.
That's really good, Shapu, right there. You can see how intense the heat was, that it's making all of this below it come one big solid piece, like melting into itself. And as it's going up, the heat isn't as intense and it starts to balloon out. But even as you go up or even more towards the roof, it's less heat. There is heat damage to the stuff, but it's not as intense. This is what we're saying. The heat had to have come up from the bottom. Something was happening at base level somewhere where the heat came up under these structures. Look at how it chewed all the way up. And then the heat got taken away. Everything solidified. And this is what we're left with.
Yeah.
What's up, baby girl? Little kitty's playing around here. What time we got, Shapu?
And hey, Jen.
Yes.
Crazy John. Yeah, we've talked about this. That scripture, Book of Enoch, chapter 16. The high mountain shall be shaken, the high hill shall be laid low, and shall melt like wax in the flame. And there's another passage in the Bible that talks about God can touch things and create that scenario. So yeah, to me, I believe this is all proven in the Bible that something went down. And these are the remnants to remind us, be careful, because it's about to happen again and you don't want to get caught in the crossfire. That's what I see.
I agree. We're probably going to round this out right around 2 hours and 30 minutes. Does that sound good to you guys?
Yep.
Sure.
All right, cool.
I don't know what time we have now, but
Or at 2:21.
Okay.
And what are we going to?
2:30. This little kitty wants my attention bad.
So just don't remember what I wanted to show.
Everyone's got their face.
Oh, you were saying something about. Oh no, we showed the castle, right?
Yes.
That's better.
She's laying her and
well, I mean, you guys are all smiling at the audience. I want to be able to black screen with a smile.
Yeah.
Oh, I had this video.
And I look happy in that one, too. I like your new one, Jen. I like those glasses on. Those are cool.
Thank you.
And Shapu, you always look smart, with that. Oh, where'd it go?
Thanks.
He's got that look like kind of Mona Lisa used to have. Like, I know something you don't.
No, he knows who really painted it. He's got that, too, on a file
Oh, this
somewhere.
is good, Shapu. I like it.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah, just let it play, and they call this a castle. So,
Well, it's definitely a melted castle then.
Yeah.
So they're saying that this is part structure, part natural, or I mean, but they call it a castle because I see structure.
yeah, now they call it a castle because you will see that when you zoom out, zooms in, it's all bricks everywhere.
A big surprise there. Oh, baby.
Even look, you can see it right here. All of this.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it's all bricks.
That's crazy. That kind of reminds me of that weird volcano thing in Yemen.
Yeah, man.
Which is not a volcano.
Yeah,
guys.
man.
I don't believe in volcanoes. All my new subscribers. Oh wow, that thing is crazy. And look how far down it goes. It looked like Herodium. It's got a Herodium feel to it.
Exactly.
If any new subscribers do not know about Herodium, you need to check it out. It's in Israel, and we've done shows on it.
Yeah, and you'll see that.
That's crazy. It looks pyramidal in a way. If you follow the tree line around, the way it has a right angle down there, is it like rounded, like a mound shape, like Herodium, or is it pyramidal looking?
No, it's like rounded. I think it's really rounded.
We need to do LiDAR on this area and check it out without all this foliage.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. I love drone footage. Mark the Lot, our melted reality, he's got a lot of good drone footage. He's
And Chris is asking if there's any artisan renditions what it looked like before everything was melted. And I think some of those old etchings and stuff, and those old Bible picture etchings that I've shown and stuff, things like that, I believe show how these cities just went on for days before the melt. Basically they always tell you it's just Babylon, but I think Babylon's the whole living space that we see.
Mm-hmm. Look at this doorway.
Yeah, also they just represent what they think it was before, because they cannot know, and they never include the rest of the mountain. They always will make, oh, this was a castle on top of this, but the whole thing was the castle. That's what they don't get.
That's right.
Most of the time.
And if you looked at that structure, is almost Babel-esque, Tower of Babel kind of looking. They're always sort of like spiral kind of looking stuff.
Yeah,
that could have easily been something like that. Oh, Ronalee's here. Hi, Ronalee.
Wow.
And this goes along with the question I have before. I don't know. You're hitting a certain time post. I want to ask you about the. Have you covered Mount Kalish?
Yes.
You have, of course.
Yes. Chipu and I have covered Mount Kalish, right, Chipu?
Kalish.
Kalesh.
Yeah,
I call it Kalesh.
Yes.
Kalesh.
Yeah.
All right.
I have to get that link up. I forget, what do we call it, Chipu? Do you remember the name?
I think it was about.
Because let me show something real quick while you're finding that.
Oh. It was. God, I'm trying to think of the name. I'm sorry.
I'll go check.
Because I saw a thread that it's the Paramount Mountain, the one they use in the movies.
Oh, yeah.
It is. Oh, they say the top of it's a pyramid.
Are you? Can you screen share me for a real quick minute here?
Yeah, hold on. Here we go. Let me come back over here. I was in a private window for a second. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Oh, wow. I never realized that's what it is. That's interesting.
Yeah. And so when I looked into it, because I did, of course, you've seemed to have done everything already, but I didn't know you'd done one on it. So I looked into it to talk to you about it. And there's so many weird things about it.
Oh, yeah.
Did
you hear the archaeologists went in there? They some Russian people went in and confirmed that this is a pyramid up top.
Yeah, they say that they believe it's a structure.
Oh yeah,
they say it, and
they say it.
How about this one? Discovered as the center of the world. Check this out. This historic landmark is the Stonehenge is 666 kilometers away from here. And Center Pole North is also 6,666 kilometers.
Yeah.
Isn't that neat how it's just a coincidence?
Yep.
No human's ever been up on it. It's known as being called the stairway to heaven, between heaven and earth.
And it's a 3-day journey going around it as well.
It also has the symbol of, that Om noise that people make. It's on the mountain when the snow fills in. And so in addition to all these other weirdness things about it and the fact that it's pyramid shape and they agree that it's not a natural occurrence, maybe there's so many Towers of Babel. Maybe this was the big one, because that's why Paramount uses it, and it's known for it's surrounded in mystery. It's always thought of being divine, and like I said, people aren't allowed on it anymore. If they were,
Yeah,
why
and I
it's
think
not
they
working.
described something about tar asphalt or something like that. And somewhere in it, I forget, in our research, came up in the subject here about the materials that made it. And we zoomed in and looked at it. It does look like melted asphalt on the sides of
Yeah.
it. Like, yeah.
Well, I don't know why this is acting up, other than everything seems to be tonight. But
I think it was in our live stream that we did on Fantasyland. I think maybe we
Okay,
covered it
I'm
in that.
trying to find it.
I think it was when we did
well,
Fantasyland.
my video here is not playing, but I just thought it was potential interesting
definitely.
idea that am I still screen sharing?
Yeah, you're right, Ben. It is the Fantasyland one.
All right, yeah. So if CFM, if you can drop your link to this video that wouldn't work into the chat, and people maybe can get it to work at another time or something, maybe it'll.
I'm
and
all
Shapu-
locked up. I can't even unlock from the screen share.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
And Shapu
Right.
just dropped the link to the live stream we did called Fantasyland, because people were saying, had a lot to say about us and Meltology and the stuff that we're covering, and said, if you think mountains are melted brick buildings, then you're living in Fantasyland. So we did a whole Fantasyland video, and I love the thumbnail for it. Shapu did a great job on it. And then you're dropping your link, CFM, right? Okay. There
Yeah, I put that when I was watching. And
it.
see a Flat Earth Cat, thanks for hanging out. It's 4:20, in case anyone wants to light up, apparently wherever Flat Earth Cat is. So, near the Canary Islands. So God bless you. Thanks for being here.
Wow.
Nice.
I love it. When my dad was alive, God bless him, he said, when I told him I was talking to people from all over the world, he's like, it's like the new ham radio. And it's so exciting. Like, I don't think about it. When I look on the screen, I see me or you all, and that's it. To think that we're talking to people all over the world, it's just fascinating to me.
Yeah, definitely. It's amazing. The technology is amazing in many ways, but it's also, I think that if we were on the spiritual level that we're supposed to be on, we wouldn't need this technology. We'd be able to mentally talk to each other and still even maybe reach into the spirit realm as well and have a better connection that way, where the veil wouldn't be so as we can't see into that realm. I think spiritually elevated, where we were supposed to be, maybe during the millennial reign even, they didn't need these types of technologies. You know what I mean? They had certain technologies to a certain extent, but they were incomprehensible to what the things we use today, in my opinion. I mean, just look at cathedrals, for Christ's sake. They're not what they're telling us.
Right.
But yeah. All right, guys. Well, this was a lot of fun. I was hoping if you could take us out with a prayer, CFM.
I'd love to. Okay. And real quick, too, yes, pants on the ground. Shiva said to reside inside that mountain. So there's, like I said, there's a lot. The whole Buddhist thing revolves around that mountain, and it's a very similar story to like the biblical Satan, because there's this god that falls and lands on that mountain, and there's one god control of like destroying the world, and there's another one that creates it, and it gets pretty complex. But yeah, it's a lot going on with that mountain. And I also still believe that Mount Kilimanjaro potentially is where Satan's seated, because he's going to put his throne on the biggest volcano and kill a man. It's kind of interesting to me.
Yeah,
Anyways,
kill a man, yeah.
having said all that, it's very sweet of you that I'll take us out, as they say. So please, Father in heaven, watch over us and guide us through these times. It seems like everything's amping up and getting even more intense. And as we find ourselves battling emotional trauma, or battling physical trauma, or a combination of all, and as the fear and the anger and everything around us seems to get more intense, we cry out for you right now to help us, to guide us, to send the Holy Spirit, the Comforter, on us right now. Anyone that's listening to the sound of my voice, call for the Comforter right now. Jesus Christ died for this. He gave it to us so that we can have comfort until the day that he comes home. Please, Father, send it to everyone that's dealing with any kind of suffering right now. We're strong together. We'll pray for each other. Thank you, Father, for all of our blessings, and continue to watch over us and take us through these times. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. Thank you.
It's so sweet you guys like me to pray like that, because I don't know what I'm doing.
You do it so well. I love listening to you. I mean, it just sort of flows right out of you. It's amazing.
Silly little Jewish kid that suddenly thinks he knows about the Bible. It's pretty wild. It's such a blessing. You all are so beautiful. Thank you.
Yes.
I love you guys. Thank you.
Yeah. Love you all. Micah.
All right, guys, let it not be said that we stood by and did nothing. I love you guys, and I'm not going to go out with a song tonight, so.
Oh, and that little video I made, I'll put up on my channel when we're done.
Okay.
So yes. If anybody wants to see it.
All right. All right, we're out of here, guys. Thank you. Love you.